uba kube wena wawungena mina bengafeletlele Nkulunkulu uthando lwakho uthida abantu lulo yanikela ngedodana haleluya siyabonga Nkulunkulu hello 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 hello
Hi, Dr. Lynn.
Dumelang. Kgohlong hwa fetwa kgohlong hwa fetwa. Sa kenala phokuthiwa ongene khona kaphumi saphumala phokuthiwa akuphunya kuphu sangena. It's Friday. We're preparing to go home. Let's evoke those spirits.
Hey, yeah, no, it's not mine. That's
Sangenala phokuthiwa ongene khona kaphumi saphumala phokuthiwa akuphunya sangenala phokuthiwa ke binela bana ba sekolo ke tsetjena ke binela bana ba sekolo guys uzongena lapha kuthiwa akungenwa uzophuma apha kuthiwa akuphunywa uzophumelela by saying that I have not forgotten that not so long ago I was also a student. I used to cry. Old as I am, I used to cry. Many tears when that feedback comes. It was not easy. I used to lose hope. Once you press that button of send, it's not like it's done. You are now in your headspace. So guys, I will not forget you. That one I promise you. Whenever it's exam times, I will not forget you. That is my promise. That being a student is one of the and we are students for life. Let me tell you. Don't think because the qualification is done, you are done with being a student. There is the classroom of life. It does not stop. It's until you die. So every day there is a classroom. So this academic one will end, but there is a classroom of life. And if you think this one is difficult, the one of life, it will bonta the flames. But harimo nana more the academic classroom. What prompted me to do this, and it's actually a motivation from my own daughter, because she was busy with her own exams, and I saw exam stress. I saw it, and it's real. It is real. So that is why I say exam stress is real. That's actually her heading, where exam stress is real and your mental health matters in this period, because that's the one that's affected more than even the body, and that is the one that you need more than any other thing right now. So yeah, there's late nights, there's pressure to perform, there's fear of failure, the what ifs, and then there is burnout. There is burnout is also real. Hore. I'm done. I'm closing these books. I'm done with them. And there's overthinking. A lot of us suffer from this disease, overthinking. Otolo okwetsi dibuka, and then you go to bed and you find yourself thinking and having stress and anxiety about it. What if? Then you ask yourself one question and you don't remember it, and then you start panicking. Why can't I remember this? And then and these are some of the mistakes as well. Then you also then talk to somebody, and then this somebody brings something, maybe a system or a topic, and then there you go. I know nothing most. So it becomes something else. So we do know that that is very real, and it's also part of this whole process to build your character. We think that qualification just comes with a certificate. Part of this process of being a student is to build your character. It's character building. It's to build your resilience as well, your resistance, your discipline as well. So it's also working on you, your mind, growing your mind. It's not just about the books. It's not just about reading. So sometimes there are also, regrets, the what ifs. What if I should have done this earlier? What if? The what ifs are all about anxiety. It's you getting into your headspace. So, you don't have to suffer in silence. These things are real, guys. They are real. The exam period affects your emotional part much more than any other thing. So today we are asking questions. How are you really coping in this exam season? How are you? And how are you coping? And are you studying, or are you just surviving? There's a difference there. Some people are studying, and studying means there is a plan. I have a plan. I know where I'm going to start, and I know where I'm going to end. What is my goal about this? If you have a week before your exam, school is real, guys. Sometimes you find yourself writing on Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. There's no break. So all these things are real. Sometimes you are writing successive days. So have a plan. Don't panic. The first thing, do not panic. Have a plan. Put a plan in place to say, if I'm writing 4 things or 3 things, where do I start? In anything that we do, we encourage, in life in general, planning is the most important thing that you can ever do for yourself. Because when you do 90% of planning, your 10% is implementation. And if your planning is good, the implementation is going to be very simple. So make sure that you have a plan in place and a routine. That plan includes a routine. It's not just about because I'm writing from Monday until Thursday or until Friday, I'm just gonna sit on my books. No. Make times for breaks in that plan of yours. Make time for going out in the sun, doing something different. I call it diversional therapy. When I saw that, hey, this person is overwhelmed on Monday, because she was writing Friday, Saturday, and then Monday and Tuesday. So when I saw Muto is overwhelmed, Monday I said, pens down. Pens down, we are going out. Let's just go out. You're gonna do grounding out there. Walk barefoot. I don't care whether it's cold, you're gonna walk barefoot. I call it a cold shower. So let's go and do a cold shower so that you walk, you refresh your mind, get your right side of the mind, your creative side of the mind going, so that the right side can have a rest. Because remember, the brain is divided into two. So there is the left side, which is your thinking, your critical thinking, your serious stuff side of things. And there is the right one, which is your creative, your artistic, your music, your all those pleasure things that releases your dopamine. So it's very important to rely on your right side, to help you keep you grounded as well. So it's so important to take care of your mental health. Do not let one occasion to determine the rest of your life. So that's so important when you are feeling whatever that you are, and identify that which you are feeling. Don't run away from it. Ask yourself, am I anxious? Am I burned out? Am I having fear of failure? Am I emotionally exhausted? Do I have self-doubt? Identify what you are feeling right now. Identify that emotion so that you can begin to unpack it.
That is so true. I want to quickly interject there to say, to just say, people might ask, why is it important to have a study plan? What is the point of having a study plan? That will give you a realistic overview of what you are about to embark on. Because one, you know which subjects you are doing, where you are writing when, or even in general, planning, you know what you have on your table, and you know how much time you have, and how are you going to allocate your time towards the different things that needs to be done. And also, planning, study, when you are studying, you also have other life. You have a life except the school life. You have a life. So when you allocate, or you sit down and you write down all these things that needs to happen, and what is the realistic, the reality of things, even the support sometimes, because sometimes you don't even know what support, you won't even know what support you're gonna need if you don't have your own plan. But when you do have your plan, you also know, sometimes I might need somebody just to to call and talk nonsense, or somebody to just say, "I come, let's go out for coffee." Reach out to your resources. You need to know what resources am I gonna need during this period. If you are
Yeah.
talking about your daughter right now, if you didn't know uh, her plan, she didn't outline it to say, "Look, I have 1, 2, 3 on this particular days." Ngwana will be shrinking ka mole o sa mo eleng no mele no ipolela o ba le uh, in her me time or whatever. But because she communicated her, this is my timetable, this is what I'm planning to do, and this is what is happening, then you also know as a support system, how do I support this person? So it is quite important, honestly, to the study plan. It really makes you have focus, be organized, and to be confident with what you're about to embark on. Because, like you are saying, Dr. Rainey, that at times we mark ourselves with the one mistake that you did once upon in a lifetime. Now you are putting so much pressure on yourself that you even forget simple thing of drinking water.
Yeah. And parents, as you
Mm,
are talking, coach, is this is where you come in, Batu.
mm,
This is where you come in. Even if you are far away, every day when you know that your child is writing exams, it's exam seasons right now. So
mm.
if your child is in school, definitely they are busy with preparing for exams or they are
They've
writing.
already started,
So
some of them.
yeah, check on your children, check on them every day, that love, that checking, it's like
Mm,
watering the plant. It's like that.
mm,
So if you just take it that okay, they are writing, they are quiet,
mm,
they are busy. Just check on them every day. Just check, baby, how are you doing? How is everything coming up? Are you coping? What do you need? What do you need? Do you need a hug? If you are near, go and give them a hug.
mm,
Support your children, and not just those that are at universities, even those that are doing
mm,
their grade 11, their grade 12. This is a very stressful time for them. So
mm,
be there, be present, and don't just be a parent, be an emotional supporter as well. And I know emotions are foreign to us, guys. I know my generation, those things are, you are even gonna tell me that Musrona Neresna people who are doing that for us. This is
yeah.
different. The
Mm,
challenges our kids are facing are very much different. So make that time, set aside time. This is the time when your child needs you more than any other time,
mm,
for your support, for you to remind them. Sometimes they even forget to drink water. It is so true.
mm,
They even forget to eat because they are so consumed with this anxiety, with this fear, with this stress, that they forget, or hey, I have not eaten. And then the next thing, they are also dehydrated. That's why some of them even collapse in the exam room. We've had incidences where students in the exam room, a student collapsed, some even died, in
and,
the
and
exam
and
room.
you can just imagine in that whole process how the others as well are feeling. And now after seeing or experiencing that, they go back to the house, and the first thing, "Hi, kena monyako. Hi, ako mphe metsi mo. Hey, ako," you don't even ask, "Oh, how was the paper today? How
Yeah.
did it go? How are you feeling?" We honestly, the thing is that ne, my in the maybe the line of work that one is, you get to see how these things tend to play out later in life in people, and tend to show up later in life, because now you were not cared for. You, nobody cared for why all that exam, and nobody cared for how are you feeling. Now you are carrying that. Now it's now to the, if it tell to the next generation. You don't care, you don't ask. If they don't say, you don't ask. If they don't tell you, you don't even bother. So now iba that ya hore your past trauma wa e nka again o e fetisetsa ho ngwana, and bana ba no ha ba tshwane le pele. There are other advisors. They will go to Google to find support. They will come to TikTok to find support. They will go to social media to find the support that they lack in the house. And this is where the challenge again comes in, where they will be introduced to wrong things, coping mechanisms. This is where you get a lot of kids are getting into different addictions, whether it becomes like, no coffee now and then it's hele lemon, all the different wrong things. Some start smoking during this time because ke ne ke fodisa hlooho.
Yeah.
So we must be
only to find your hlooho just needed you to drink water. It was nothing else. Because the brain during this time, you are using it more, so you need more hydration. You need a lot of, you don't need more caffeine, guys. You don't. We're still gonna talk about food before we close this live. But we will touch on this issue of caffeine. Yeah, and you are so right that, and another thing, coach, you might call and ask me, how am I doing? And I say, fine. I say, fine. Why? I know you don't care.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't call to tick the list.
No.
Call so that this person can feel safe.
Feel it.
You
Yes.
create a safe
Safe
space
space. Yes.
for them to babodle, you know. Gobane sometimes we calling, oh, kana, Sister Renu is a phone. Let me call this child. No, be intentional about it and be persistent. And if you are hearing the same answer every day, we can't be fine or every day. We cannot. So ask, if you're just saying, I am fine, ask them, are you really fine? How is your studies going? Start a conversation. Don't just say, I said good morning, because there are many times, very few people know how I really feel. Very few. Because for me, people don't care. They don't care. So why am I bothering them?
When you are in sync, that is the other thing. When you really supporting somebody, when you are really into the person, even when they say to you, I'm fine, you will know they are not fine.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
there's a way of saying, I'm fine, and I'm fine, and I'm fine.
The tone.
The tone will
There's the
tell you
tone.
record. And it's so funny that when you know the person that you are supposedly knowing and supporting, even when they write you a message, you read the same message 3 times and you'll see konento offla.
Yeah.
And you know, when you know, yeah, in a little ticker box.
Yeah. And not forgetting that we are spiritual beings.
Thank
so
you.
As a parent, you have that competitive advantage. You and your child have that special connection. Even if they lie to you. Listen to your instinct. Listen to your instinct when it's telling you, inimba is telling you otherwise. This child might say they are fine, but my instinct, not your instinct, the spirit, the Holy Spirit is telling you that this child is actually not fine, and a lot of us, we go into this silence. There is quietness and there is silence. Silence.
The other thing, I get like you are saying, when a sister, like you are saying, Honale, that I'm not used to checking up on you, right? And now all of a sudden, it's my exam time, and all of a sudden you are sending me good mornings. What do you want? So, if it's me in my days, I will be
that
asking
as well.
I will ask the simple question, what do you want? Ufuna?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Exactly.
Because you are not used to calling me, you are not used to doing this. So what do you want? And now that is also when sometimes conversations start. Where a person will say, no, because you are not used to checking up on me, you are not used to doing this, so I'm surprised as to why now. So, and you do the needful. If you need to apologize, show up, say, I want to show up for you differently from now on, and be consistent.
True. Be human, and it's so true. Don't just come and be an imposter now. You did not care all the time. Now all of a sudden you care. So be and confess. Say it, Dore. I'm so sorry I've not been there for you, because that is very true. If you've not been there, you didn't care. So why now all of it? So do confess, or my child, I was not there for you, from February, but now I'm here. I'm here. I apologize. I was busy in my own corner. So that you are establishing what? A safe space. Safety, guys. Safety of emotions, not environment. Safety of emotions, safety of my soul, my mind, that I can trust you with my most sacred thing, my heart. Because if you've not been there, and then now all of a sudden you are pitching up, you want to be the world-renowned or award-winning parent. No, I don't care.
Because I thought I was showing up for you. I thought I was being supportive to you when I'm sending you money at the end of the month, when I'm sending you, when I'm giving you things that are trackable, things that you can see, feel, touch, and whatnot. But I forgot the most important thing, which is your emotions. As to my being distant, what does it do to you? Am I opening a door where there might be other things that fill that space? So even some parents, as we are talking right now, they don't even know what their kids are studying. They don't.
And not having gone through that is not an excuse. Showing you care, to start with, is to involve yourself in your child's life, to say, explain to me. I mean, last year I was confused myself, and I would say, I just know that she's doing science, But I had to sit down and educate myself and say, okay, let's talk. Explain this to a wholeness me. But I can admit there are things, other fields I don't know. I don't know that field. So I need to be schooled to understand, or, okay, what are you doing? What subjects are you doing? What do they involve? Blah, blah. Let's have a whole conversation. Educate me. Because now I know health. That's my field. I know what's happening. I know business, So, but that part I do not know. And it's my job to know.
And that
It's my
also
job to know.
it gives the person, your child, in this instance, it gives your child the confidence to say, I can go to my parent with anything indeed. And if I'm now struggling with this choice I made, I'll be able to still go to them and say, Icon, I think I took the wrong turn in the choice of subjects or the choice of course that I did. Can I divert? Can I move from there? Can I, you have opened even that door. So as parents, we need to do better, Shem. It took me, I know this for me personally. When it's exam time, it becomes also a personal thing for me, because I remember my firstborn son, he was going to TVET college. He went, he was studying and all that. And I'm just asking, oh, unso ya jwang, ho sharp, le ngotse?" We were communicating like that. I was there talking and all that. However, I will never ask, where are the results? Then one time I'm in the Free State where they are, and I'm like, no man, I want to go to your school, to the TVET college. I want to understand this that you are doing that I'm not understanding, because you can't even explain what you are doing. And I went to the college, and lo and behold, I got there and the lecturers were like, hi, well, your child comes to school. He is such a nice child. He attends, he writes tests. We never struggle even with behavior with him. But come exam time, he will pass one subject out of 4. And for a whole 3 semesters, no, 4 trimesters, I was not there. I was there asking just, how are you, sharp? Oh, lengotse hantle, sharp. And it would end there. But because o nana le di-grandparents, ke ipolelela hore ba bona ba etsa eng, I took my responsibility to the grandparents. And when I decided to stand up and step up, that is when I realized and saw, okay, here are the gaps. This is how I'm going to be now 100% involved and fully support my child in this journey. How? How do I? Because I was not aware.
Yeah.
So when I'm most of the time, me personally, when I talk about something, 99% of the time, it's something that I have gone through, and I know how being ignorant and how ignorant sometimes as parents we are, and we just think when I'm asking ngwana hore, oh sharp, o ntse le ya sekolong, ho sharp, whether you are with the child or you are not. And ngwana ntse a re, ho sharp, but there's never a time where you physically also see the evidence of what is happening. Then Shem, you'll have a surprise. People are doing first year for 4 years.
No, that is very true. That's true. We've seen stories where a child is supposed to graduate, you've been paying for 4 years, and then there's no graduation. So these things are true, they are real, they are happening. And instead of us looking at the child, you should actually look at yourself as a parent. Where was I? Where was I all this time? Because that's a reflection on you. You failed to parent.
Thank
You
you.
failed to parent. And this does not only apply to now because the child is at university or a college, any higher education institution. It starts from the basic schooling. Are you there? On weekends, Sundays, do you ask, come, let me check your books? Where's your homework? So are you present? Are you doing what you're supposed to do now? Uh, and yeah, I think we've touched on the social, the psychological, and maybe somebody's saying, okay, we know all of this, but what now? So what we are saying is your well-being matters, guys. Your well-being matters during exam times. And as you know, we are passionate about New Start. So New Start all the way, because that is what will see you through the exam. It's important when you wake up to first do self-care. Go outside, do your 10,000 steps, whether you are doing it around your residence or you go to the gym, do your 10,000 steps. And if you can't, at least do a walk in the room, do breathing exercises. I did an exercise last night. Breathing exercise actually are more easy when you are even lying down. So before you get out of the bed, do your breathing exercise. And I'm always asking people, do you know how to correctly breathe? And most people don't. They don't. So to get that oxygen in your lung and get the carbon dioxide out, you need to intentionally breathe for 4 seconds. 4 seconds means you're gonna breathe in with your nose and then out with your mouth. You don't breathe out with your nose when you are doing breathing exercises. You breathe out with your mouth. And as you are doing that, you count to 6, which will be equals to 6 seconds. That is the correct way of breathing. And it can't be that when you are breathing, your lungs go up. No, the lungs need to expand. So they need to, then it means the stomach is the one that expands. You can't say, no, that's not the way of breathing, because no oxygen actually came in. So you need to make sure that you breathe in, the stomach expands. You can even touch it to make sure that, okay, I'm getting air in the lung. And you do this for 5 to 10 minutes. You don't just do it a little bit. Do it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you will be knowing, okay, I gave my brain good oxygen. I took out carbon dioxide and all those, and if you can have one of these plants in your room, if it's allowed, you have like your snake plant, because it's a very, you don't need to care for it a lot. And during the night, it actually takes out, it absorbs all these carbon dioxide that you don't need. It purifies the air. So you can have plants like that in your room, so that your room remains fresh. There's no foul smells, because also sometimes, because it's cold, people are closing windows, and that plant is your friend. So breathing is very important, and trust. because when you do your daily devotions, your morning devotions, you are getting your spirit right. You are making sure that your spirit is attached to its maker. Jwalo ka re tjho re be jwalo ka difate tse hlomilweng pela metsi. You are actually being connected to the source. When you are doing that, you are connecting your spirit to the source so that the spirit can be the one in charge of the soul and to be sober, to help it to be sober, to have the word to remind you who you are. And the favorite scripture I love whenever I become anxious, it's what Paul said, that do not be anxious about anything. Don't be anxious about anything, because you know who you are. So in everything, present your request. Ask God for what you are. God, give me a sober mind. Show me the way I should go. Whatever you need, ask for it. Present your request to the Lord, and with thanksgiving, petition him. How do you petition him? You petition him with the word. So that's why it's important to have your verses lined up there. As part of when you are doing your plan, write your verses on a piece of paper, plug them on the wall so that you can use that word. If you are somebody who like motivational quotes, write those quotes down, put them there so that whenever emotions overwhelm you, you can go to that quote. It will remind you of who you are. And give thanks. That scripture has a promise that the peace that supersedes all human understanding will come to you. So who doesn't want to be at peace, really?
No.
Even when you are, and we are not medicating, we are not giving self-promise here. This does not mean you stop being anxious, you'll stop having fear.
No, not at all.
It just means when these things come, the peace will suppress them, will overpower them.
Will supersede everything else.
Yeah.
Because you are rooted. You are. It's coming from inside of you. It's not something superficial. It's not something that even can be taken away from you.
Exactly. It's in you. Two opposite emotions can exist at the same time. We are taught this other myth that no, you're not supposed to have fear. You're a child of God. How can you no fear and excitement? They can exist at the same time. Anxiety and peace can exist at the same time. It depends which one you allow to overcome, to overpower. It just depends on that. You can have.
It's not even overpower. I like to say, which one do you feed?
Yes,
because
exactly.
it can only prosper because you are feeding it.
Yeah. And this is the time when we need emotional intelligence, because that's the thing that will help you. Let me unpack my emotions. Let me say, how do I feel? Let me ask my questions. And after that, let me, water this that is needed. We have this famous poster that says, if I feel angry, there is a crack. So a crack needs what? It needs to be repaired. So I need to water myself. How do I water? If I'm feeling sad, let me allow myself to grieve. Let me allow myself to cry. If I'm feeling happy, joyful, all those exciting emotions. Let me rejoice. Let me rejoice, So every emotion is calling for you to do something about it. It does not mean that emotion should govern you. And not, and even feelings, because emotions are instant. It's pure instant. Feelings last for a long time. So whatever feeling you allow to harbor in a long time, it's your choice. It's your choice. So emotional intelligence, if you want to see or measure this weekend, you want to see what's my emotional state of intelligence state. We do have exercises that help with that. Just DM us so that we can actually send you that exercise and you measure yourself to see where are you in terms of that. So we've spoken about trust, we've spoken about air. As you are getting your air, you are also then exercising. You are getting a little bit of sun. Nowadays we don't get much of the sun, so the little you can get, go outside, go get it. If you can do grounding as well, because as much as the sun is giving you the sun rays to activate your vitamin D, to activate your energy, you are also going to Mother Nature to also recharge, to change your energy, your energetic kind of environment around you. So grounding helps with that. Then you are getting your emotions right as well by that, doing that. Then you are left with water. Water is very important during this season. And I want to even encourage people, don't just take 2 liters of water or 8 glasses. Make it more, do more than 8 glasses, because right now your brain needs that hydration more than any other time. It's using a lot of energy. A lot of messages are flowing through. Remember, the nervous system is constantly working during this time. So you need that. And then you then make sure that you plan your meals. You plan your meals. Even if you are taking that quota, have enough fruit, have enough avocado is in abundance right now. So have that avocado there, so that in between, after you've taken your quota, you can snack with these things. I've seen a lot of students now. I'm so proud of them. They are taking, they are making popcorns for themselves as a snack. That's a good kind of snack. Your seeds, if you bought pumpkin, don't throw those seeds away. Dry them, make them your snack. Your body will thank you. And the telltale to whether your systems are working, one, your drainage system, your lymphatic system will tell you. If you start having rashes or pop outs, that your body is taking a beating. If you are not urinating very well according to the amount of water you are taking, your urine as well is not clear, is not as it's supposed to be. Your feces, you are constipated, or you are eating but you're not going to the toilet. That's a problem. That's a problem. So make sure that you check your body, because your body will tell you. It will tell you, it will communicate to you.
You can't be comfortable by not going to the toilet for 3-4 days, and then you say it's exam stress.
You
can't
things
be
like
comfortable.
that.
No.
So imagine your drainage system, your sewage, it lets. Sewage how it is. And then you expect your brain to be functional, to be fully functional. No, guys, let's be realistic. Wena o ka dula mo sewage-ing e nkga. Can you function as sewage e nkga? So imagine your body, and your stomach as well, which houses most of your emotions. And then you wonder, why am I feeling like this? So please just remember that, these things are correlated. They are not separate. They are very much, they go together. Yeah. Do you want to add anything on new start?
Rest.
Oh yeah.
We in all these things that we are doing, and because you have your study plan, you have planned, you know what you need to do when. Rest is there as well. Rest should be there, because you can't be studying, eating, grounding, doing all these things, but there's no time to rest. And rest, not sleep. Rest.
Yes. Take away the phone.
Rest, take away the phone, no going to things that are going to depress you. Just rest, closing your eyes and just emptying everything, thinking about nothing. Nothing. Even if it's for 30 minutes to an hour. I think everybody, we are different. You start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. But I used to think, okay, my phone. I used to think, phone yaka. But now I'm learning as well. Okay, you know what? If I really need to rest, this phone, I switch it off, put it there, forget about it for an hour to 2 hours. At night, you learn to sleep without the phone. Put it there. I put on the alarm. The alarm will ring when I need to wake up. So rest is very, 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 very important as well. This thing now, a person will cross night. That's what they call it, I guess. You will cross night, study right through the night. And then in the morning, you are going to the exam room. How is that possible? Please tell me, make it make sense. You have been studying. Today, 2. From 2 o'clock, you have been cooped up in your room, seated there. Your toilet, and you are just, it's just that. Is there even something that your brain is absorbing? Nothing. Exactly. And like we always say, when you go to sleep at a certain time, your brain, like it is the computer that downloads. When will it download all the information that it has uploaded if you didn't sleep?
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't rest.
Yeah, and it's science, guys. Whatever you are learning, it sits on the frontal lobe. It sits there on the frontal lobe. Only when you go to sleep, your body is like a computer. Everything that you see here on this earth, they learned it from our bodies. Let me tell you that. So when you go to sleep, your body goes into spring cleaning, and it's every day. It's not any other day. It's every day. It goes into spring cleaning. So sleeping, resting, gives your body the time to do what it's supposed to do, so that it can serve you in your journey. So all the information that you are studying sits in the frontal lobe. And then when you go to sleep, then the brain then says, okay, it's like a computer box. so this becomes the inbox. Now at night it's going to say, okay, do we take this, we put it in drafts,
No.
this one we delete, this one we're gonna save in a folder. So it takes all of these things that you have learned during the day, and it packages them, it cleans. And then in the morning, that will help you, because it doesn't mean if you don't remember this word, it's all gone. No, it has there's a memory. The brain has a storehouse. It has a hard drive where it stores all the information that you are learning. So when you go and sleep, when you go and rest, and it's not just that, it's also to clean the system, the body. So don't start your day with coffee. Start your day with water, because then all these things that have been cleaned, they now go out, so that your body can serve you better in this time when you need it most. And other people can say, I've been doing course nighting for many years. It's gonna take one day. Most of the time we think that if I'm doing something for years, my body has adjusted or nothing will happen. No, the body adapts. It adapts. It takes the beating. It does take the beating. And then it takes one day where everything will be gone and you don't remember anything, and you ask yourself why. So don't take the risk. Do not take the risk. And another thing that I've seen people doing, the big mistake, guys, if you are writing at 11 and you woke up in the morning, maybe early, of course you are worried or whatever, don't go and want to study, please. You'll rather, if you're writing at 11, wake up couple 4 here, do some revision, and then high 7 o'clock, close those books, it's done. Because if you wait to just before you write, you are setting yourself up for failure. I have been a lecturer. I have been a mentor to students. I have seen how this messes people up, because that's what also creates anxiety. All of a sudden, when you open the books, now it's like, yo, so close those books at least hours before you write, so that your mind can have time to clear. Go outside, go woosa, do breathing exercises. You know, breathing exercises are so powerful to relax your mind. And when you are doing the breathing exercises, what people don't realize, you are activating your nervous system. We have this longest nerve that connects the body to the brain, to the legs, everywhere. The vagus nerve. That's the longest nerve. So that nerve actually helps in terms of you are activating it when you are actually breathing. I made an example to the learners last week. You remember when somebody at a funeral just, goes quiet and people are busy, they rub them here. It is to activate that, so that they can breathe and get air. So it's very important to do the breathing exercises. So yeah, and the draining, the cleaning of the mind is very important. It's very important. So we are saying study hard, but don't lose yourself in the process. Remember, this is a season, and this season will pass. After the season passes, you still remain. So how do you want to remain? That's the biggest question. You
Mm.
want to remain in a hospital?
Mm. That is the other thing. Leyo ukuthi we forget that our brains are so powerful, ne? And if we
Yeah,
treat them right, they will definitely reward us. But
yeah.
if we don't treat it the right way, huh, the price is very heavy. And
It's very heavy.
I always say, people will be saying, this, the people that are mentally disturbed, that you will
Yes.
find in the corners on the highways and the what. If some of them, when they talk, ne, and they speak big words, they are very educated people that
Yeah,
you don't, when you follow up and you hear where the person is
yeah,
coming from, they were graduates somewhere, and it
yeah,
took them one day of snapping, one day
yeah,
everything shut
yeah.
down. Boop.
Exactly. And everybody who knows these people will always say, yo, you know, this person was so
Yeah.
intelligent in class. You know, this
Unare
person
lecture.
was. Yeah, yeah. And
So we
you
said
spoke about the issue of, you know, these mood stimulating things that we
natures.
do. Not
Mhm,
just your dacha, your all these things that people do, your cookies, not
mm,
just those things, even these energy drinks, guys, even
yes.
these, because they have caffeine. The
Mm,
sole purpose of caffeine, there's nothing wrong with coffee, guys. We're not saying there's anything wrong, but overdoing this
mm,
caffeine keeps you in an alert state of mind. It
yes.
kickstarts your fight or flight response. So your body is in a fighting mode when it's not supposed to be in a fighting mode, and you need it to be relaxed. So make sure, remember that what you are doing to your brain. And if your sympathetic nervous system, your cortisol is high, you are this energetic, you are in a fight or flight mode all the time,
Mm.
all the time. Eventually the system is gonna crash.
Bana, I want to say this before we pass quickly. There's an old lady here. She's turning 100 next week on the 26th, and
Mm,
you okamuchaya wa mupita. The first thing that she wants whenever she wakes up, whether it's at 12 or whatever, it's coffee.
mm,
And she will tell you, hore, if I didn't drink coffee,
mm.
andikho right. But yo, Bona, that person she still feels like she can hit you with an imvubu yakhe and whatnot. She's aggressive, and it's not aggression of being old. No, it's coffee. This coffee of all the years.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
and it only dawned to me yesterday, hore, haibo, I couldn't like put up my put quite figure it out. Why is this person so aggressive when
mm,
the child is so humble, and only at night I snap it the coffee.
yeah. The fight or flight mode, and because and dehydration as well,
Yes.
that this causes.
Mm,
So if you're gonna pump yourself with all those cans,
yo.
and there's also medication, I know there's all these
Mm,
syrups where they will even do, there's people that even do packages to say
yeah,
exam
I'm
package,
sure.
and then
Yeah.
that exam package is full of
Mm.
sweets, it's full of energy drink. Guys,
And
you need
those
this body.
shots.
You need this body. Post
Mm.
your qualification. You
Mm.
need this body. Because if you don't take care of it now, when you qualify, you're gonna be spending your money paying for your health. Believe you me, the rules of nature don't change. Any other thing can change, but the rules of nature do not change. Anything that you put out there is gonna come back to you. It's karma. It's karma. What you are planting in your body, what you are putting in your body will come back to you. And your body will, I mean, I'm talking from experience. I'm not talking because I'm better than you. I'm talking from experience. I suffered from the decisions that I made when I was younger. I was always in a cortisol mode. I was not drinking energy drinks. I was not drinking coffee, but what I would do, I was an overworker. My table was always full. When it's not full, I don't feel normal. So my body got to adjust to being in a cortisol mode. So I'm in a flight and fight response all the time. So I suffered. I'm still recovering even now. My body is still recovering because I needed to be patient to say, if it took imagine, I've been working for more than 30 years. So if I've been doing this to my body for about 30 years, then there is that backlog. There is that backlog.
There's no catching up with it. Ne? It's a question of you have to take it as it comes, to say, keep saying, I'm so sorry, my body, I didn't know better.
And do the work.
And do the work, and we are creating this awareness, talking about these things so that you do not fall into the trap. And that is why at the beginning of the year, I will always encourage students to say, look, we start now to prepare for the exam. Not the week before, not 3 days before. We start now. As we just finished registering and we are allocated classes. We know what we are faced with for the whole year. We start now.
Yeah, and at least when you are at home during the holidays, make sure that you start planning for your next semester, your next quarter already. Start planning so that when you come back, you hit the road running. You have a plan in place. So what are the don'ts? Let's talk about the don'ts. Number 1, do not compare yourself with other people. Run your race. Run the race that is set before you. It's your race. Failing does not mean you have failed in life. It just means in this season, there is something that you did not quite catch. I failed. And in my life, there's been very few instances where I failed, guys. I remember I failed I always talk about the story of my failing the learners 7 times. 7 times. For the first time in my life, and I've never failed. I failed, and it was painful, very, very painful. I had to repeat my exam, my doctorate. I had to do major corrections without having to go and defend it again. It was painful. It was disappointing. But I told myself, God not yet does not mean a no. So failure simply means not yet. It does not mean that you have failed in life. That's how you need. That's what should determine who you are. It's not who you are. So go and, if that happens, don't look at another person. There's a lady I'm so proud of. She listened to this because her colleague, the people she studied with were in their fourth year of study while she was on her second year because she failed twice. And I said, run your race. She's finishing this year. So don't compare yourself with anyone. Some of us had gap years, you know. I stayed at home for the whole year and then the following year I still didn't get what I wanted. So I was 2 years behind for my peers. When they finished and went to go and work, I was still coming now. But look at me now. You know. So don't compare yourself with anybody. Run your race. And don't isolate yourself completely. If you need help, reach out. I'm sure we have created enough safe space ourselves as YM for you to DM us and say, hey guys, I
Ndiyagowisha.
Yes, if you can't talk to your friends, if you can't talk to your parent, reach out to us. You know, we are that help that is there, that is availing itself for free. You don't have to pay. You just need to have data. That's it. Don't ignore your burnout signs. If you have constant headaches, if you have panic attacks, if you are exhausted, you have emotional shutdown, you have lack of motivation, these are the warning signs that, hey, I'm burned out. You know, so don't ignore those signs. Don't rely on panic studying like coach has just said now. Do not rely on that. The last minute cramming, or I'm gonna cram this, it's the worst thing you can do for yourself, because I know for sure when you are at studying at in a higher level, it's application. The books will teach you the principles, but they going to ask you application. That I know for sure. So panic studying is not going to help you. Do not sacrifice all sleep. We spoke about this. Don't define your worth by marks. The marks don't define your worth. I always talk about me.
Also of that, ne?
Yeah.
When I was doing matric, in fact, from standard 8, na ke motho wa di-standard, ha ke tsebe le bitsang hona jwale. Ka standard 8, we had to choose subjects, and I was coerced into doing maths and science, which I personally didn't want.
Because your sister did maths and science.
Yeah, because your sister is doing maths and science. Wena o tshwanetse o e etse. Now I don't like maths. I don't like science. I want to do history and geography. I get it now. I'm under somebody. I'm patalang. I must just do what they want. First I went in with an attitude towards both subjects, maths and science, because I didn't want to do them. But I had no choice. I did them, and wow, science, it's not even on my matric certificate, ne? Because I got a GG, a goeie gemors. That's what I call it. GG, goeie gemors.
So your marks don't define you.
And then, wow. So what is the plan? Plan B. What are you going to do? Well, I'll go to a TVET college. It's as simple as that. I'll go to a TVET college. But you wanted to become a dietitian. I said, well, that dream is down the drain now.
Yeah.
Plan B.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Did I feel any type of way that I failed science? No. Did it define who I was? No. And more often, when I think about that, it was a blessing in disguise for me because you wouldn't know me. I'll be Dr. Bani Bani sitting somewhere not talking to you here on Youth Matters right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So don't bottle up anything as well, everything. As when you pile up stress,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of emotions get piled up. So make sure that you reach out, you know, you reach out. So we are again emphasizing study hard, but don't lose yourself. That is the parting words from us. Study hard, but do not lose yourself. Remember, before you were a student, you are a human. Be
Men
human
being.
first. Be human first before
Mm-hmm.
you become a student, because that's what is gonna remain anyway.
Exactly. And you know that your body works better when it's cared for. Your body, your mind, your soul, everything, they works better when they are cared
Yeah,
for. So if you don't
yeah,
take care of those, khohlwa, vergeet
yeah.
it. Yeah,
So we have a coach that prays. So can we ask her to close with a prayer for you guys? We love you. Stay there, stay on the course, don't give up. If you need to talk, we are here. We are your people. Talk to
yeah,
somebody that you trust, that's near you. Don't go and do harmful things that are going to come back to hit you or haunt you in the future. So
yeah,
thank you so much. Go watch, share this live with somebody who you think might need it.
yeah.
In your Then they can watch it on their spare time instead of watching other things that are not helping them. All right, thank you, coach. You can close for us in prayer.
Ntate re a leboha le thapameng ya letsatsi la kajeno ho hlola le rona ho ba le rona ke bana ba rona re ba phahamisetsa ho wena motho e mong le o mong a ngolang di-exam nakong ena na jwale ba fe kelello ya bohlale ba fe maikutlo a o kokobetseng ntate ya matla ohle re fe ho bana le kgotso ka ho fetisisa hobane dintho tsohle re ka di etsa ha re sa dula ho wena le wena o sa dula ho rona ha hona letho leo re ka ra le etsang re be jwalo ka difate tse hlomilweng pela metsi re nwesetse moya ntate ka matsatsi le matsatsi re a leboha morena hlonolofatse e mong le e mong nakong ena ya jwale o tseba tseo e mong le mong a se hlokang ka ho fetisisa se mo lokelang e ba modimo wa rona ka mehla le ka matsatsi ohle lokisa dipelo le maikutlo tsohle re di beha maotong a hao ka Keresete morena re a leboha ntate amen.
Amen. May the
May the
grace
grace
of
of
our
our
Lord
Lord Jesus
Jesus,
Christ,
the
the
love of
love
God,
of
and
God, and the
the
fellowship of the
Holy
Holy
Spirit
Spirit be with
be with
us
us all now and
now and
forevermore.
forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Surely
Surely
goodness,
goodness and
goodness and
mercy
mercy
shall follow
shall
me
follow
all
us
the
all
days of my
the
life, and I
life,
will
and I
dwell
will
in the
dwell in the
house of the
house of
Lord
the Lord
forever and
forever and
ever.
ever.
Amen.
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 Yeah.
All the best, guys. We love
Yeah.
you. We
You
care
got
for
us.
you. You got this. You can do it. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.